Hi there, this is Justin from LemTask, and today we'll be talking about a different feature on Google Task. So, today we'll be talking about who uses this app and who benefits from it, and who are more likely to use this app, and also the two weaknesses and two strengths that comes with using Google Tasks. So it's a task manager, of course, and we'll try to see which other tool can be used that delivers the same functions but more. So we'll start with Google Tasks, and there we go. So to get a gist of what we were doing here, you can visit the previous videos and have a look at we've how we've worked through all the way to this step and what we have done and all the steps and processes. So I'll just briefly explain all this to you. Here we have your tasks, which are everything in here, as well as the subtasks added as well. Then we have your start, which are the important tasks or urgent tasks that you have. Then we have your lists, so you can make it plain. You can populate it with all the lists, or just have one list for convenient purposes. So that's how it basically works. So as for your Google Tasks, it's the basic feature when you have a Google account. Everyone uses it. Well, most people use it, and it's inside Gmail. It connects to your calendar, so it's basic and already there for you to use. But the real question here is who uses this tool or on a daily basis. So I'd say the people who use this tool are the ones who just want to keep things simple, are the ones who are basically new into this whole task manager process. So they are looking for something simple and straightforward to use. So it's it's for people who do not have a lot of tasks, a lot of projects to add on. So they have something nice, simple, and straightforward that they can use, which is what we have here. And then we'll be moving on to the next process. So as for the tasks that you can put here are your daily repetitive tasks, of course. So let's change the date here to make it look more pleasant. So I would say are your daily repetitive tasks that are ongoing on a daily basis, tasks that obviously don't have a due date. Is more like a repetitive task. Go to the gym, you do that every single day. So it's those type of tasks that you can add on recurring responsibilities, so they say, and you can move this all around. So it doesn't matter how you structure this, but then this one I could have it for client, then no, this one actually for daily. Then we'll have maybe put this one under personal, send to Jenna, client. Okay, so it needs to be reviewed before it goes to the client. So that's how you can basically structure it. And in a way, using this, it's faster. You don't need to learn on the first go, so there's no learning curve involved. And that's what you call, maybe that's what you could say it's first, it's its strength, because you don't need to learn how to use it. You just use it on the go. It's not something that's complicated to a point where you still need to watch tutorials, you still need to read more on it. You just use it the way it is, and you get used to it as it goes. It's faster to get used to, as everything is simple, straightforward. As you can see, your dates, your time, your repeat, and all that. You can structure the relevant tasks in a relevant list that you want to put them in. And from the start, let's just say it's frictionless. You can just use it without thinking about it. Actually, just structure your tasks. As you can see, here, there's your task title, your descriptions as well, your due dates, and that's it. So that's it for the first strength. And on this one, the progress is hidden, so you don't get to see how far you are with those specific tasks. But let's just say on a personal level, you can just keep that in mind, know where you are with a particular task and how far you're going. So that's how you can actually keep track of everything because the task is already there. You're already doing it, or you know the progress yourself. So you have to keep track of everything basically. So that's, let's just say, one downside to it, one weakness to it. And let's say the second weakness is the more the task volume increases, the more chaotic it gets. Okay, let's untick this so that we can have a more practical example. Okay, there we go. And then we'll just shove everything in here. Let's untick that. Okay, let's remove the, wait, no, let me remove this. Then remove that. Then move, oh, okay, and untick. Move that here, and then remove that. So let's see. You see, the more tasks you add, the more chaotic it becomes. There's just too much information here and there. It's like it gets clustered. It gets to be a lot at some point. But if you know what you're doing, if you know what is what, then it can work out somehow for you. And on a personal level, for me, I would say, as long as you keep everything at the top of your mind, everything will work well with this tool. But it's not a tool that actually offloads a lot for you in terms of your daily tasks, your daily responsibilities, what you need to keep in mind, what you need to try and get off your shoulders so that maybe your day can be lighter and manageable. This tool takes, let's say, a quarter or half the load, and then everything else you have to somehow manage it on your own. And the difference isn't about having many features. Like, as you can see, it doesn't have a lot of features, but everything is visible, everything is straightforward. Tasks are not just written down, you can just move them on your own all around the place. And that's basically about it. And the second strength when it comes to this tool is that it's simple. That's the strength it has. It's simple and it's straightforward. So you don't need to complicate things. As long as all your tasks are simple, as long as all your tasks are, let's say, are straightforward, you don't need to complicate it at all. And that's just how it basically is. So this tool can be used by, let's say, those people who are in a low level management position in the workplace. Interns can make good use of these tools, but the more you advance, the more responsibility you get, the more, let's say, you start dealing with heavy projects, then the tool doesn't become as sustainable anymore. So for a tool that can supplement all that and give you much more in the process of more than just having something that's straightforward and simple, you can have a look at lemtask. As you can see, this is how it looks. I'll just briefly go through it, and then from there it will become, let's say, understandable a bit. But the more you watch the videos that we've done previously, the more of a picture or the more of an understanding you'll get. So this is how it looks like. Same process. You have your lists, and then you have everything else in between. So the strengths for this one, let's go to one example. Let's say it's personal, right? And then we'll go with gym. The good thing about this one, you can set the priority level. It will set you the reminder, and also you can choose the time you need to do a specific task. Maybe pick up the kids. It's a 45-minute drive altogether to and from the school. So that's how it is. Maybe you do a little bit of stop, a little stop on the way. As you can see, pick up the kids, go to the store, buy some snacks for the kids to keep them occupied while you work. So you can have all that. You can also set the medium priority level. So you can change priority levels based on the type of task you have. And as for the gym, let's say you just need an hour and every morning, then that will be it. So personal, as you can see, it's under the personal list, and you have the option of changing it, I think, or you can just move it around between the lists. You can move it from the personal list, you can move it to the client list, and so on. So let's say the client lists and we want to have project client one. Okay, so let's say you can have, oh, by the way, to edit, you press enter or just press add there. And then the duration, let's say, I don't really need to add the duration here, but let's say 4 hours a day. That will be great. And then I can set it on repeat on a daily basis. So every single day I have to look at this client's project once. And then let's say the date that's due, let's say it's on the 28th of February. That's the last day of the project. That's the last day we'll be sending in reports to the client. And if they want to resume with us, they can also do that. And 10 a.m. will be getting the reminder. But let's say we'll be meeting the client at 12. So you can also add another task. Let's say you can also add the task client meeting with client on the 28th at 12. Then you write all the details like your reporting, client reporting, campaign structure, and performance optimization. So you give them all those details. You give them a basic report of what happened throughout the campaign. You give them the results that they got. They say, okay, to on this one, it was an e-commerce campaign, and we sold so many products, and this is the ROAS that we hit. So in overall, let's say the products that performed well from their store are this, that, and that. So let's say 10 out of 60 products in total performed really well, and they managed to generate a revenue of more than 60% of their ad spend. So, which is a very positive plus for us. However, the other products didn't perform well, and maybe it could be due to seasonalities, maybe it could be due to preference, maybe it could be due to the target market. Since they're let's say I'll give an example of a client I've worked with. Let's say that this client, their products were all over. So meaning that you target a specific group of people. However, it doesn't really apply. All the products in the store doesn't really apply to that specific group of people. So we have to target different types of people, which means we have to have different campaigns throughout. Like we have a campaign that specifically targets these people. We have a campaign that specifically targets these people. So each and every group of people have their preference from their store. So these ones have preference in beauty products, and these ones have preference in, let's say, tech products. So since their store was versatile, so we had to somehow work around that. So that's the type of examples that you can have. And here you can write your notes, or you can even voice note your notes. And here you can have as many subtasks as possible, like stage one onboarding, tick. When it's done, you tick it off. Stage two, let's say confirmation of clients' detailed products and what they need for their campaign, check, and so on. So this, you can have it structured that way, and it becomes so much simpler since you get reminders and all that. Everything is perfectly structured. Energy levels high, since this product is important, since this client is important. So at the end of the campaign, like everything, you just click it here as done. So when it's done, as you can see, it's a bit interactive. Hooray! So when it's done, it says done in 3 minutes. Sometimes you can be like done in so many minutes, since it's a campaign that's like 30 days or longer. So it will indicate that. So when it's done, you can always go back and review what you've done for the client and all that stuff. And the nice thing about this, I think you can share this with your teammates more. Let's see. Achievements, Pelham Groove, streaks. Oh, these are your sort of your interactive feature. Archived. I archived something. There we go. Restore. It's the teams. So you can have a Teams function whereby you share this with the team you're working with, and at that, it becomes a lot easier because your team has access to the daily to-dos that you have as well. So they will complete a certain section of the task and also subtask and also mark it off. So like they will mark off the subtask as well. So that's how it basically is. And going back to Google Tasks, you can actually pick up a tool that is preferable to you, the one that you like using the most. So If you need any more details, any more detailed information about these tools, you can always visit the link in the description below. And that's it from me. I'll see you on the next video.